The reason why we are talking about passion for God, giving all for God, is that if you don't have these behaviors in the time, the wind will blow you. You see that there are a lot of things, a lot of elements, a lot of gadgets, instrument for the enemy to have people not to be godly. Even if you don't go to the club, you don't go to the streets to prostitute, even if you don't go to the football stadium, even being just in the room somewhere, lock yourself, the devil will still get you, because there are a lot of things that the devil has already given to us, set around us, use us for. We are used to it. He lure us that we are used to it, and but those things is easy for him to access us, even when we are in the secret place. And you have to understand that the devil is not doing much now, because he has invested, he has planted things already. The Bible says when men slept, his enemy came and planted. Now, for instance, many of us, we are not in the literal sin. For instance, let's take sexual sin. Many are not in the literal sin, like you are not fornicating literally, you are not masturbating, but the one that you have done before, the experience you have before, even while you are doing the things of God, once in a while it flashes to your mind. It shows that how we have been corrupted, how we are. And many people don't talk about it. The church is besieged by this thing. You know, it's a serious thing, and we cannot just scream and shout and dance. And those things bounce back. The battle of the mind. You are there, a certain situation that is disgraceful, somebody that you have a thing with in your past life, the devil bring your subconscious, bring it to your consciousness, and without telling you, excuse me, the thing just come on you. You can watch a video, you can hear a word says. As you hear says, you are in one place, but you travel 7 years back into time to pick things. And these are the realities. We do good and we do bad at once. We are on and off. And the God that is all holy, and God that doesn't need to see us engage before, he knows everything. He knows our thought, he knows our mind, and he said nothing defiled will enter. So you can be doing well about 23 hours and some 59 minutes, for you to have 24 hours for God, and minutes can defile you. And so the devil have so much with the system of the world, with our education, with the thing that he connect us to, the wants, the desires. You know, the devil is not playing. Everything now is a net. It's something set. It's setting. When you want to go to school, it's setting a trap. When you want to sell in the market, it's setting a trap. When you want to travel, it's setting a trap. When you want to buy a shoe, it's setting a trap. When you want to buy a dress, it's setting a trap. Everything, everywhere, there's a trap for the devil. If you are not careful, you jump in it. And it's something that we must all accept. We don't need to force you. You must know that it exists, so that you know how to live contrary to it. And seriously, while we are in church, people still go through temptation. At times to just allow a church to just go on, at times to just allow the brotherly love to continue, is to ignore some of the things. Because if we have to be true custodians of the holy doctrine, at times we have to be 2 in church or 3 in church. You know, at times for lack of words, we have to tolerate certain behaviors. We have to tolerate certain things that, okay, by the teaching of the word, the person also will grow. But the truth is that it's not easy. The things that keep us, if truly we want to go the Holy Spirit way, we want to go to the ancient biblical gathering of God sent way, maybe many of you can't be in the gathering of the saint, because there are times the way you come to church, There are a lot of things on you that can push a brother to fall, that can push a brother to last after you. At times, the way you come to church, there's a lot of things on you as a young guy. Your body features are being exposed for a lady to desire you. These things are there, but we watch it at times and say, okay, they will understand. This is the realities of our generation and time. Many people are investing into their day-to-day normal life without investing into their Christian relationship. We are people who are so much concerned about physical life than the spiritual life. We have seen Jesus in, I think, Matthew chapter 6, 19 or somewhere there, who told them that lay not your treasure on earth, put it in heaven. Put it in heaven. You know, I was listening to Pastor Kumoyi today. After preaching, he said, oh God, stamp eternity on my eyeball. Kumoyi is still alive. Can you imagine? He preached and said, oh God, stamp eternity so that we'll have a view of it. He wants to live only for that. He said, do you understand? He said, like Selena wearing a glass, the only thing you want to see, eternity. You want to live for eternity. Say, oh God, stamp. Is talking about the passion for souls. I was listening to him. At a certain point, say, oh God, stamp eternity on my eyeball. You see the prayers of these ancient men. Me and you, we are praying for. We want to do like these people to fall. You know, listen to the right people. You have passion for God. And at times it's not easy to listen to them. So Pastor Kumai say, oh God, stamp eternity on my eyeball. You want to have the heavy eternity on view. That's what I want to say. So the time will never encourage spirituality. You don't need to do much to be away from God. This is a serious generation of people. From now to 2030, if Jesus started, the things they want to do. You see, this generation is fast developing scientifically, but we are losing moral standard. Can you imagine that we have ability to go on the moon, but we lack understanding? We are that fast. Technology is so much developed, but we are losing it in moral life. That man and animal are marrying, and people are attending the wedding. Can you imagine? A dog and a woman beings are married. Dogs don't come, but human beings alone come. And none of the dogs say, today me too, I'll bless a dog and a man. It's always a man blessing a dog and a man. We are doing the fastest car, the fastest plane. Our phones, we want it to be fast. When you send a message, when you want to have access to internet. These days, while you are in the traffic, if you like, they can sell fufu and soup for you. Can you imagine? So the time is quenching anything that is godly. If you want the faith of Paul, you are still late. The reality of today is not the reality of Paul. It's not that when you want the faith of Paul, you have done something bad. Look at their generation. If you have their faith, we will survive here. But to transform it, we need more than what Paul have. So that's what we are talking about, the passion of God. When we say passion, we are talking about hunger for God. We are talking about a desire for God. And that takes you to be responsible of your relationship with the Lord. One man says something, say when we are not having a hunger for God, it's probably that we are full of ourselves. And we are full of ourselves because the generation teaches self and sponsor self. Some years ago, when the photographer take you a picture, it takes you 2 weeks, 3 weeks. At time to sew a dress, you get it quicker than getting the photo. But this day, you take the picture and they are showing it already. If you don't like, you clean it, you know. Now, so the end time happening and the season of perilous time is not sponsoring godliness. Many people are on track till they are losing passion and hunger for God. I don't know whether we are understanding this. You see, in worship we have the nice word for God. You know, only you can satisfy. We have right word but no right life. Ekueme, ekueme. Ekueme, eku. Some people will say, Ekueme, ekueme, me. Like God is emotional, you know, fall on the throne of table. One day I was in Togo, this youth, they were doing something they call fire night. When we went there, display. You see, they call the thing a program for God, but everybody come to show, and the program, These days, for everybody to come, you must give somebody 10 minutes, somebody 12 minutes, somebody 5 minutes. When you see that thing, know that God is not there. We went there. I was not on program. I said, the brother doing the thing, we know him. Let's go and support. There were photographers, and there's this live thing. Because people know that later on, after they finish the program, normally there's junk. The pictures that has been taken on a program, normally they flash it back on the internet if they have a group. I was studying them because I know God have something to do with me in that nation. So I was studying their charisma, everything. And when the pictures taking is coming, I saw people who lie on the floor so the picture will take them. I was just waiting them that they say I should greet them. You see them, the pictures are nice, you know. They say, oh my Lord. When you do like this, you must take in picture. A lot of fakeness. We need to keep the passion and hunger for God. Yeah, so this is the realities we are seeing. Even in the church, there's a lot of things that is taking us away from that passion and that zeal for God. Now let's go to 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 2.
As a newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby.
As a newborn babe, desire. Hear me. In this Christian walk, if you don't desire God, you can't go to deep waters with him. There was this Cameroonian pastor some years, I think 2015, he had an encounter and he went to heaven, to the throne of. Last time me and Mama, we sat down, we were watching them because recently they invited him into one of the Nigerian vibrant church, the apostolic church. So we wanted to see what he would say. You know about his testimonies. He used a word, I hope I can remember. If you don't question God, he will not answer you. James spoke about that. He said, come close to him. Come now unto him, for he come now unto you. Isaiah said, seek the Lord when he can be found. But what he was saying that, he said, there are a lot of things that does not just happen because you are a child of God.